Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As people are hopping on, I'm going to just be giving access to the private room this morning. And we are hopefully streaming live on Facebook. So give me just 1 minute. I am going to check in on the tech side of things this morning, and we will dig right into today's workshop. I am so excited for you to be here. Those of you that are hopping on live in the Zoom room, the chat box is open. So if you have any questions today about branding, I encourage you to pop those in the chat box. And I'm actually just going to make sure that you all are muted, just so there's no background noise happening. If you need to unmute yourself at any point, please do so. Let's just see what's going on with Facebook. Sometimes, you guys, it says that we are live streaming. Okay, so we're just going to go with that. If I have to put the replay up, we'll put the replay up. Welcome. I'm so excited for you to be here. So today we are talking branding, and you might find that I'm in a very peculiar place to lead a workshop. So if you don't know me, if you're new, my name is Calandra, and I am notorious for doing live videos and trainings inside my car. It just so happens that this is the best place for audio and for being able to hook up to a great Wi-Fi connection without having animals running in the background. So today, we are talking about what exactly it means to have a brand for your business. And if we are just meeting for the very first time, as people are hopping in, I'm just going to give you all some access here. Please mute yourself as you're joining the Zoom room. So if you're just meeting me for the very first time, my name is Calandra, and I am a branding coach. I am an online marketing ninja, a designer, a toddler mom to a wild little boy who just hit his terrible twos. Let me tell you, he's going to be 3 in April, and he's a handful right now. I am also a coffee addict, although today I'm drinking my tea, just getting over a head cold, so I apologize in advance. If I have to mute myself and cough, I promise I will come right back. And I'm really, really excited today because this is my jam. Branding is my favorite thing to teach entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs because I know that it is the most pivotal piece of growing a business so that you can stand out in the online space. All right, I'm going to sign in from a new device, no worries. Okay, so we're gonna dig right in because this is jam-packed. This workshop is so full of value. There is a lot for us to cover. And I also want to make sure that those of you that are on live know that there is going to be an exclusive offer at the end of this training. So I'm going to be sharing the replay, if you can't stay for the entire call today, to my mailing list. So if you're not on my mailing list, go to calandramartin.com. You can take the free brand personality quiz to get yourself on there, or you'll have an option with the pop-up to get on my mailing list. So if you can't stay on live, that is okay. I will be sending it out to those of you on my list. If you can stay on live, I cannot wait for the very end of this workshop to share the bonus with you. So first of all, most important question that you probably have on your mind: what the hell is branding, right? I get this question a lot, and there are a lot of misconceptions or ideas out there about what branding should look like. So we're going to break it down today and keep things really, really simple. And what I want you to know is that branding is really complex, and there are a lot of pieces that go into the puzzle of branding. But at the end of the day, your brand is how your business is represented and shared with the world. So think of big companies like Starbucks and Target and Nike. These are all going to be really great reference points for you as you're thinking about how branding really plays and how your brand, your business, is perceived by somebody else. So your brand is going to determine how people feel about your business. And most importantly, Your brand is the thing that allows you to be remembered. It allows you to stand out in a really, really busy market. So if you are an entrepreneur right now, you know you're in the thick of it, right? It is a busy, busy world. When you log into social media, you can see dozens, if not hundreds of entrepreneurs doing almost the exact same thing that you're doing. And so the question comes up, how do you stand out? And it's really simple. We're going to talk about it today. But your brand is the thing that is going to allow you to stand out from the crowd. So any questions along the way, I encourage you to pop it in the chat box. We will have time for Q&A at the end of today's workshop. So we're going to keep things really simple and straightforward today. You're going to learn exactly how to bring your business to the next level with a brand for your business that feels unique. And when I say unique, I want you to think about yourself, because the way that I teach branding is that your brand is a reflection of you. And especially when we're talking about personal branding, the more your business can look and feel like you, the more of a connection you build with your audience. And that is where the secret sauce lies. So we're going to talk about how to do that today, but I just want you to keep in the back of your mind how your business is different based off of what makes you different, what makes you unique, because that is the magic. So what exactly creates a brand? Now, I will say that I teach branding a lot differently than anybody else that I've ever seen. You are not going to find the information that you learn in today's workshop on Google. And I know because I went to Google University, right? I am self-taught in the world of entrepreneurship, and I learned a lot of this the hard way. I learned a lot of this through trial and error and trying to find where exactly it was that I fit in the online space. So if you don't know any of my background story, I started out in network marketing and I was a health coach, which if you know anything about me and my personality, you'll know that health coaching was really just not aligned with who I was supposed to be in this world. So from that, let me just make sure that you all are muted. I hear a little bit of background noise. From that first stage in entrepreneurship, I transitioned to life coaching. And then I transitioned into virtual assistant services. And I bounced all over the place. So when I tell you that your brand gets to be a representation of you, this is where the opportunity pops up for you. Now it's not giving me the option to mute you all for some reason. So if you can all just make sure that you're muted in the background, that would be so, so appreciated. So what I want you to understand is that I learned this the hard way, and I want to give you the answers that are going to make this process so much easier for you and really allow you to build a business that feels in alignment with who you actually are, versus taking a cookie cutter approach to what you think a brand should look like and pulling any old brand board or template up on Google. So there are two core elements of a brand. These are very, very simple. And the more that you dig into this process, the easier it will become for you to figure out what your brand is. So the first core element is your visuals. And you probably know right away what I'm talking about when I say visuals. You might be thinking logo, color palette, fonts, the way that your website is designed, the graphics that you put on social media. All of those pieces add up to the visuals that represent your brand. And now the second element here that you won't find on Google, and I know because I've actually Googled this to see if this is something that you can learn more about, and you can't. So the second element is your energy. So your energy is what you bring to the table that nobody else in your industry can bring. And this is really exciting because this is where the opportunity opens up for you. So with these two core elements, we're going to dig into what each of those mean today, but I want you to really think about how you can start to be creative in your business and create a business for yourself that feels good for you and allows people to actually remember you, because that is the goal. The goal is for you to show up, share value, share your services, be of service to the world, and have people be engaged with that. That is what I want you to walk away with from this workshop. So let's talk a little bit about visuals and energy. First of all, let me just adjust the computer here because the sun is blocking my face and it's actually quite warm. So I might ditch some layers here because I know that I'm going to get fueled up about this. So why do your visuals matter? This is so important. So the visuals that we just talked about, color palette, fonts, design on your website, graphics, all of these pieces, they all have to do with psychology. And this is something you probably already know, right? You probably know that colors create feelings. When we look at a specific color, it can have the ability to shift our perception of something. So I immediately think of Starbucks, right? Starbucks is a company that we all know and most of us love, and their brand color is this really dark green. Now, green is a color that in color psychology leads to feelings of feeling grounded and being connected to nature and being connected to the world around us. So Starbucks has this brand that immediately makes you feel involved and included. And we're going to talk about that today. So the colors that you choose, the filters on your photos, the layout of your website, fonts that you're using for your graphics, all of these visual elements, they create a feeling for your audience. So when you are posting on social media or updating your website, these are all things that you want to keep in mind, because as they add up over time and you get consistent with your visuals, people will recognize and build a relationship with your brand. So this is how you stand out. I'm just gonna close my video for a second so we can see the whole screen here. So the truth is that you have less than 5 seconds to grab attention from somebody in the online space, right? And we all know this because we're on our phones all day long. I know I am. I'm glued to my phone. And we are all scrolling social media, getting notifications, busy, right? It's a very busy world that we live in. And your visuals are one of the initial things that your audience will notice. So it's going to allow you, when you do this strategically, to stop the scroll of your audience. So having captivating visuals that are clear and cohesive are going to grab that attention. Your visuals are also going to allow you to be recognized. So we mentioned this already, but as you build consistency, people will recognize your brand, your visual brand. So talking about Starbucks, when you see a Starbucks cup on a stock image library, or you see a cup sitting on a countertop from Starbucks, you know right away that it is from Starbucks. Same with this Dunkin' Donuts cup that I have in my car here from the other day, right? They have very clear visuals in their fonts and their colors. This is building recognition because it's on everything that they use for promoting their business. And it allows you, tying the visuals together and being consistent with them, to be remembered. So you won't forget. And I always like to refer this to the commercials that are on cable TV. You don't forget a brand when it is put in front of you consistently. And the reason that I say that is because my little 2-year-old, every time he hears, oh gosh, what is one of the commercials? Now I can't remember. It's a car insurance commercial. And he obviously has no idea what car insurance is, but every time we see the commercial or hear the jingle of the commercial, he'll sing the entire song. He'll name out their tagline. So visual branding is so important, because if a 2-year-old can remember the marketing for insurance company, commercial, then people will remember your business when you show up consistently and share those same visuals for your brand over and over. It builds the recognition. Now I'm just going to pause real quick, grab a drink. What I would love to do is have you pop in the chat box, those of you that are live, any questions about visual branding that you have right now, and we will come back in just 1 minute. Okay, my voice keeps getting really hoarse because I've been sick all week. So let's dig in to why it goes deeper than visuals. So I think that a lot of you already know, and I see your questions coming through right now, so let me pull those up. Hard no-nos on visual branding. What I will tell you today, Anne, is when it comes to visual branding, less is more. So as a designer and somebody who is in the thick of it when it comes to visuals, I see this mistake happen a lot where entrepreneurs want to include all of the things or have all of these fun elements in a graphic for social media or on their website. But what happens is it gets too busy. So when you are designing your brand and you're looking at your visuals, really think about how it is perceived in the split second. So less is more with your visuals, and really try to avoid the mistake of including so much that it actually triggers our brains to look elsewhere. So that is one tip that I will give you as far as a hard no-no for visuals in your branding is just don't allow your visuals to get super, super busy. Okay, so for your visuals, these are all great, right? You probably know at this point, if you've been observing marketing at all in your life, the visuals are important. You know that most companies have logos. You know that most companies will have a clear color scheme. But what we don't see talked about enough is that personal branding especially gets to be fun and creative, and it gets to allow you to express yourself and your passions to your audience. This is where the energy of your brand comes in. And this is where you get to tie the two together to create this beautiful formula that shows up as a really strong and powerful brand in the online space. And I love this visual over here because this person, I just found this on Canva, this person has written on their hands all of the things that they are, right? Mother, friend, goofy, loud, strong. These are all things that our brand should represent. What makes you unique? So your energy is truly everything. This is where you get to show up, shine your brilliance, share your gifts, talk about your offers, talk about the things that you're passionate and knowledgeable about, and people will create that triggered emotion based off of your branding. We as human beings, all of us, especially women, we make purchases, we invest in things based off of how we feel. So when you're showing up in your business, and I'll take this back to me in network marketing and tell you a little bit about the mistakes that I made, we often will get too vanilla. And when I say vanilla, I mean boring, cookie cutter, following a formula that somebody else taught us. And we forget who we actually are and what makes us stand out. So when I was in network marketing as a health coach, I did all of the things that my company told me to do, right? So if you're familiar with network marketing at all, you know what I'm talking about. And so what I did was I posted on social media every single day, trying to join the Zoom, but couldn't get in. Oh no, sorry, Anne. So what we will do is the replay will go out to the mailing list. So if you want to tell your friend to just get on my mailing list, the replay will be sent out. And I don't know why that is, but I'll keep an eye out for the participants and give access as I see requests come in. Um, I'm just checking on Facebook to see if there's anything on my end that I can see happening. So, when I was in network marketing, I followed all of the scripts. I posted on social media every day with my sweaty selfies and my workout photos and all of the things that they tell you to do. And it didn't work. And I was getting very, very frustrated as to why I couldn't get people in my challenges and why I couldn't get people to be coaches on my team. I was showing up and providing massive value for them, supporting them, doing all of the things that I was supposed to be doing. And in hindsight, when I look back on that experience, I recognize that the reason that people were looking past my content, looking past the fact that I was super consistent and showing up and giving it my all, was because my energy wasn't behind it. I was showing up in a business that didn't feel like me, it didn't look like me, and to be totally honest, it did not light me up, which is why ultimately I left that company. And so when we're looking at our businesses and looking at creating a brand, you really want to tune into how you want to make people feel and how you want to feel about your business showing up day after day. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you know that this is not like an easy ride all of the time, right? Sometimes there are hard days. But when you are really tuned into what it is that you want to create and you feel aligned with it, it becomes easy. So, what does showing up and sharing your energy look like? This looks like a couple of key things. It looks like having clear communication with your audience, really showing up and telling stories and creating this level of intimacy with the people that are following you. It looks like providing an experience for the people in your circle. People want to have an experience. And it looks like building community. So we're going to dig into these three things. So in order to set yourself apart, there's 3 ways to wow your audience. Communication. Each and every one of us has a different way of teaching, has a different way of telling a story or selling our offers. And the way that you communicate is going to attract the people that you want to be connected with in your business. So when I look at where my business has shifted over the years, I notice the difference in the type of people that I work with. When I was in health coaching, I was working with anybody, like literally anybody. If you would buy a challenge pack from me, you were my new best friend. And what happened was those relationships weren't nurtured. There wasn't a great sense of fulfillment for me, and I wasn't communicating with my audience the type of person that I really wanted to be connected with. And now I work with women that I go get coffee with on a regular basis, and I send gifts to in the mail just because I work with people that I am highly aligned with. And that starts with communication. It starts with being the magnet for the person that you want to work with. The second piece here is experience. So going back to Starbucks, we're talking a lot about coffee today, you guys. You know that I love coffee if you've known me for any amount of time. When you go to your favorite coffee shop or your favorite restaurant or a yoga studio, you expect to have an experience. You expect to be seen and heard and taken care of and nurtured by the person that is running the business or by the employees that are working in the business. The same thing is true for an online business, for running a business as an entrepreneur. You want your clients, customers, and your audience, the people who aren't even working with you yet, to feel seen and heard and loved. And that is where you get to bring your energy, your special sauce into your business. And then last but not least, and something that a lot of people miss, a lot of people miss this part, is building community. So going back to psychology, as human beings, we all want to fit in, every single one of us. And this is something that holds us back, right? It holds us back in self-doubt and worrying if we're good enough, not talking to new people because what if they don't like me? We all have that feeling. So when you open up a sense of community and belonging for your audience, you create something amazing. It is the snowball effect, where when people feel like they are part of something in your business, your marketing starts working for you. People start sharing your business for you. It is really, really, really incredible to watch that work. So when we're talking about visuals and energy, I really do not want you to get hung up on one over the other. Because when you can find your groove of sharing both of these pieces of your brand, as I've said before, your business becomes magnetic. It becomes something that pulls people in rather than you having to go out into the world and hustle your ass off and try all of the marketing strategies to see if something sticks. I'm talking a lot today about network marketing because that was what my reality was for the longest time. I was hustling hard trying to get my business to work. I was learning every strategy out there to try to get my business to work. And none of it was working. And the reason that none of it was working was because I was not showing up as me. Because I didn't have a strong personal brand and a foundation underneath me, knowing what my values were, knowing the person who it was that I wanted to work with, and knowing what my core offers were. So these are all really important pieces that we could dig deep into, but this is where you have to get started. This is where you have to determine where to show up and get your name out there and get your business seen, and then you get to work on the rest. So visuals and energy. Super, super simple. So this all, and I'm gonna minimize my screen again so I can see the slide. This doesn't just land in your lap. Now, I've been talking a little bit about my story because I want you to understand that I learned a lot of this over time. It's so funny because this week in particular, Facebook has been going really, really hard on my memories, just showing me like 2 years ago today, this is what you were doing. And when I look back on that, I think, wow, like, look at how far I've come. But at the same time, I want to be able to share that with you because it takes time, it takes effort to create your brand. It's not just something that you decide one day to pull up Pinterest and create a board and have all of these ideas, and then there you go. Done, done, done. It's not really how it works. You have to learn through your process. So in order to create your brand, your irresistible brand, the brand that you are in love with and that your audience is in love with, you have to show up. Creating a bomb-proof brand, which is the signature formula that I teach, means that you show up consistently in the highest version of you. So you have to have clarity on what it is that you want to create, and then you have to do the work to create that version of your business and of yourself. It requires you to get curious. So just like I had to go through, there will be evolutions in your business. There will be phases and seasons. Some seasons will look like exponential growth, and it will be amazing. And some seasons will feel a little bit hard, right? Will require you to do some reflection and ask yourself the hard questions. But the beauty in this is that this is where your unique brand is born. This is where you get to have a bomb-proof brand that when anything happens in your business, you get to come back home to who it is that you are and what it is that you're here to create. And then last but not least, and you probably know this, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Any type of growth, any type of showing up and doing something that you have never done before, getting something that you've never had before, creating a new level of success for yourself that you've never seen before, is going to require you to get a little uncomfortable. Do the things that are a little bit scary. These are all, oh my gosh, you guys, I just got totally booted. Totally booted off of Zoom. So let's pick back up where we left off. I apologize for the tech mishap. So strange. Okay, so let me share my screen. We're gonna dig right back in. Don't know why, but that is the name of the game sometimes. This actually works in really well with having an unshakable brand, with having a brand that you can show up in, and when things go wrong, like tech doesn't work, you still feel solid, right? You still feel ready to take on the world. So all of this that we have covered today, the visuals, the energy, creating this strong foundation for your business, it all comes down to having clarity and taking that first step and really showing up with so much confidence in what it is that you're doing. So as we are wrapping up the workshop today, I want you to know what your next steps are. I don't want you to go at this alone because, one, it's so much harder, right? And two, you can really leap over some of the hurdles that come up in growing a business when you have support. So I want to invite those of you that are on this call and maybe even watching the replay today to join us in BOMBPROOF. BOMBPROOF is my 90-day group coaching program where you get massive support, tons of momentum gained in your business. You're going to learn the strategies, right? We just covered the surface today, right? We like brushed the surface and gave you the core elements of a brand, but there's so much more that you can implement and so much more that you need to learn to show up powerfully on social media. So you get all of that strategy in the program. You also get access to live group calls. There are 6 of them in the duration of the program, and lifetime access to the entire library of training materials. There's over like 10 hours of video trainings in there and workbooks. It's insane. I can't even tell you, it's insane. So this program is where we dig into what it looks like to create a bomb-proof brand. And we go through each process in a way that is digestible so that you can really sink in and embody what it is that you're learning. Because what I found with a lot of group programs is that you learn a lot of things, get a lot of information, but then integrating it and doing it, you're kind of left in the dust. So this program, I have revamped and redesigned it from the first 2 rounds. This is the 3rd round of BOMBPROOF. And each of these pillars, the core foundational pillars, gets direct attention. You get the hand-holding and the support, and then there is a time for integration. There is time for implementing the strategy and doing the things that you're learning to do. So the first pillar in the program, there are 3 of them in BOMBPROOF, is all about gaining clarity. So if you are listening to today's workshop and thinking, awesome, like visuals, energy, I get it, those are really important, but how do I do that? This is what we dig into in the first pillar of BOMBPROOF. So you're going to be able to really uncover who you are and how to translate that into a brand. So you get to reverse engineer what your vision is, right? You have this amazing idea for this business that you want to share with the world, and putting that into the how, creating the strategy that is unique to you that nobody else can create, right? Because your business is going to look different from mine, from your sister next door who's in a network marketing company, or your best friend who is leading a coaching business, right? We all have very different businesses. So in pillar 1, we're going to get clear on how you can show up powerfully, what that looks like, how to represent yourself. In pillar 2, we're talking confidence. So here's the thing. What I have learned is that even if you have a rock solid visual brand and you're showing up with a clear idea of what you want to create, nothing will happen. The needle won't move forward in your business if you are lacking confidence, if you have this sense of self-doubt, or you're constantly comparing yourself to other people in the online space. I want you in Bombproof to have so much fire. People tell me this all the time in my business, like, you're on fire, like your energy is magnetic, right? And that's what I want to teach you to do. But I want you to be so solid in who you are and how you show up so that the confidence speaks for itself. That is really where the energy gets tied in to your brand. And then pillar 3, the other core pillar of this program, is the connection. And on the tail end of this is the implementation of the strategy. So in pillar 3, we learn how to create content, show up on social media, and build your following organically. Build your engagement so that it's fun to show up on social media and talk to your people, and really understand how to uniquely grow your audience with a strategy that feels good and aligned for you and for your business, because it's not one size fits all. It's just not. So this program is for you if you're ready for massive momentum. It's for you if you're ready to really feel strong in your business and unstoppable no matter which direction you decide to go in, right? What offer you put out next, or whatever that looks like for your business. It's for you if you're ready to really have this vision that catapults you into your online space with excitement, so that you can create a profitable and aligned client magnet machine, right? Your brand gets to be a machine that really works for and drives itself. And if you are looking for simple strategies that allow you to show up as a total badass in the online space, then this is the program for you. Now, there are 5 spots open entirely for this program, and we get started on February 3rd, which is like less than 2 weeks away. It's insane to me. So the nitty gritty is, it's a 90-day group coaching program. You get one-on-one support every single week. There are office hours, so you can talk to me directly and get support from me directly through Voxer, walkie-talkie style. It's really fun. You also get the entire self-paced learning library with program bonuses, downloadable worksheets, training videos, so much stuff in that library. And because you are here right now, you're watching this training, you're learning about what it means to have a really powerful brand, I want to be able to honor you and thank you for being here and staying till the end of this training. Because the truth is that you right now are investing your time, you're investing your energy into this, which to me means that you're invested in your success and your growth. And that is really, really freaking important. So today, until the 29th, so next Wednesday, today is Friday, if you secure your spot in BOMBPROOF, which means you go online to my website, calandramartin.com/BOMBPROOF, and you secure a spot, fill out the application, book a connection call, get your first payment in, you're going to get 3 one-on-one sessions with me. Now, I can't believe that I'm doing this because I don't offer one-on-one sessions. I don't do one-off coaching. But this is going to be really, really incredible because when you pair a group coaching program with self-paced materials, with the energy of a group of other women supporting you, and you get that extra hand-holding, it's insane. So let's just think about for a second how much exponential growth you can create for your business this year. The group program is 90 days. You would get, if you enroll before Wednesday, 3 one-on-one sessions with somebody who will learn about your business in and out and really give you a unique approach to growing your business. what would be possible for you, right? What would be possible if you showed up powerfully this year and overcame the limiting beliefs, the things that you aren't sure that you can actually do? I want you to prove yourself wrong this year. I want you to be showing up in your business feeling unstoppable, unshakable. That is what Bombproof is all about. So that is my invitation for you today. I am so freaking excited to share Bombproof with you. And if you have any questions at all, fill out the application. We'll get on a breakthrough call. Make sure this is a good fit for you. And regardless of whether or not you take advantage of this offer, sorry, I'm losing my voice, you guys. Regardless of whether or not you take advantage of this offer, I really want you to be thinking about how you can position yourself in the online space in a way that makes you iconic, in a way that makes you really stand apart, because that is the name of the game in 2020. That is the way that the online industry is moving. I don't want you to get overlooked this year. I want you to stand out. I want you to be in love with your business and to do it in a way that feels really good. So that is all for me today. I will be mailing out through email, mailing out. I like picture myself putting postage on a letter. That's not how that works. I will be sending out the replay for this workshop to my mailing list today. So if you go to calandramartin.com, get yourself on my mailing list, you'll get access to this replay. I encourage you to watch it again. There's a lot of content that we covered today. Take some notes, come back with your questions, and get your application in for Bombproof. Okay, I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for being here. I'm literally losing my voice. So I appreciate you staying through to the end, even with the tech tribulations, and I will talk to you very soon.